And welcome to Duffy Field. I think that encompasses all the fields here in the complex for St. Michael's College. And we're happy to bring you Division II baseball. It is St. Michael's College facing off against Adelphi. Hope you're doing well as we look to bring you top-notch baseball here on Flow Sports. And Adelphi starts off with their right fielder, Pizzonia, up to bat. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. And there's the pitch. Runs the count to 3-1. First batter of the day. And he's going to get a trip to first. Hope you're doing well out there wherever you are. Let's have a look-see real quick. On the mound today, I believe we've got Jones. He's 1-2 on the season. He is starting. He's already sent one guy for a free walk. And now we look at the bunt. They're trying to move the guy over with some small ball. Nice bunt laid down the third base line. Gets away from the first baseman, but a fantastic job there. Covering up behind him. Great job. Saves him from getting an instantaneous double there. So, once again, Adelphi moving the guys around. Pizzonia to second base, and that was Ren, the runner. First pitch in there, ball. Jones having a tough time finding the plate to start out in this one. The 1-0 pitch. Good looking pitch for a strike there. Runs the count to 1-1. Man on first and second. We're just underway here in the first inning at St. Mike's. Purple Knights taking on Adelphi. There's a stroke. He'll go down to the third baseman, works to turn two, and gets him on the hop. Great job. That's a pitcher's best friend, and Jones will welcome it. They do advance the runner to third, though. Pizzonia, that first batter, he is on the board. Mike's after a well-turned double play there. Pitch is stroked out to the outfield. It's going to send the center fielder back to the warning track. Oh, he drops it over the wall. And that will result in a 2-run jack. Excellent hustle there by Sam Cavassa, but unable to come up with it. The junior from East Falmouth, Mass, selling out to make the catch. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold on there at the wall. Not his fault, though. That was a stroke and a half. Excellent effort, though, put forth by Cavassa. Run the score. Giving up any runs with 2 outs. I believe we'll credit the home run there. That's going to go with So I believe it's Pellegrino is probably going to get credit with the home run. As that count runs now to 2-1, Jones finally starting to get a little bit more comfortable there on the mound. The pitch hit off the end of the bat. The pitcher will get it, and he'll make the throw to first for the Adelphi with a home run. As we will go to the bottom of the inning, take a quick timeout. It is baseball on the Flow Sports Network. And welcome back to Doc Jacobs Field. A 2-0 lead for Adelphi to start this one off. We got a center field. Big hit there. PB Jones in the first inning. He got 2 outs, and then Pellegrino got a hold of the ball to center field. That was after having the first batter of the game, Pizzonia, make it to the plate and make it all the way to third. They did turn a nice double play in the inning, so I think that's promising for St. Mike's today, as Jones just trying to get warm, as it were. 2-0 your score. We've got the first batter up for St. Mike's now. Hope you're doing well. Count is 2-0. Seth Larson at bat. Jack Carr is your right-handed pitcher right now for Adelphi. Delivers the pitch. Count moves to 1-2. Larson, your first batter of the game for St. Mike's. He's got a good eye there. Count's going to move to 2-2. Nick Sosinski behind the camera today, doing a great job as always. I'm David Tibbs, your play-by-play announcer for the Flow Sports Network. Production provided by the Sports Network. Stroke to left field. He takes the ball the other way, and it's going to be a base hit. He will turn and try to pick up 2, and he does. A sliding double there. Nicely done by Larson. Leadoff batter picks up a hit. That's big. By the way, that first inning for Adelphi, 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors in that one. And here in the bottom of the first, St. Mike's starting off with ducks on the pond. A nice double there by Larson is coming to the plate. Sam Cavosa. Now, I mentioned Cavosa in that top of the first inning because he gave a tremendous effort to try and bring run back over the center field wall, but just not the guy for sacrificing his body, the junior out of Massachusetts, playing up here for the Purple Knights. Looked like a foul ball off the foot. It's going to drive the count to 1-1. Jack Carr still. The catcher's going to come out and have a few words with him there. Brian McCleary is the catcher today for Adelphi. Glad you're with the Sports Network as the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Had a little bit of a bend to it. Looked like a split finger because it was moving a little too fast to be a curveball. Ball's low, bounces, air. Great job by Larson. Very attentive watching for that passed ball, and that's important. No outs right now. Cavassa with a 2-2 count at the plate right now for St. Mike's. And I believe it's Ballin who is on deck, and he's going to have something to work with as another stroke makes it all the way bouncing back the wall. St. Mike's will get 1 run in, and the second double on the second batter of the day. They're breaking out the whooping stick early. We can see some good runs today, by God. Nice hit there. Cuz just got all of it, too. So Ballin's going to come to the plate. No outs. Down run. Bottom of the man on second right now. ball and realize they marked that as a hit, too. No errors. So. Counts 0-1. Carr makes the delivery. Nice pitch. That goes for a strike. Count goes 0-2. Ballin at the plate. Evan Ballin. That's going to turn foul. Count still 0-2. Carr ready to deliver. And it's hit down the first base line, and Green's foul. Colafroth is on deck. 2 strikes, no balls, no outs. 2-1 your score. Adelphi leading this one. They had a 2-run jack in the first inning. Here's a hit to the second baseman. He'll put him out. Third, so 1 out. Coming to the plate. Colafroth. 15 pitches so far for Carr this inning and only 1 out. Not what you want to see when you get the game going. St. Mike says these guys tomorrow, too, so don't look for Adelphi to run through a lot of pitchers today. Actually did a game at Middlebury recently where we had 15 pitchers total between the two teams in a 10-inning ball game. Oh, inside pitch. It'll be a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Max Colafroth. Pitch. Right down the middle. Oh, we're going to call it low. He's going to a free base. Wow. They're not really finding a run there. It's got men on the corners now. 2 hits, 1 error, 1 base on balls so far for Carr. And coming to the plate, Colin Kinsella. St. Mike's guys on the corners. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1 Adelphi leading in a high fly ball. They're giving chase down the third base line, but unable to get there. I'll make the count 0-1. Really nice day today. I tell you what, it was about 47 degrees at first pitch. There's a few clouds in the sky, but little essence of blue out there. It's a beautiful spring Vermont day. And don't you know, I made a point to bring a large container of espresso, nice and hot. It's getting me through. Pitch was low. Counts even 1. There's a stroke once again deep to center field, and the play's made, but it will drive in the tying run on the sac fly from third base. So St. Mike's ties it up here in the bottom of the first. They will leave a man at first right now, though, after that second out. He'll still be there. He did not advance. He possibly could have made that play, but tagging up would have made it close, I think. Nonetheless, St. Mike's picks up the tie-in run here in the bottom of the first. So a 2-2 ball game, and Carr still trying to get that third out for Adelphi as there's a hit off the bat. He takes it the other way for a foul ball. Terrence Moynihan. Counts 0-1. Carr ready to deliver. And once again, he takes it the other way. It's going to bounce and be a hit. It advances the runner all the way to third. He'll make it in there safely on the long throw, and it's a single for Moynihan. Purple Knights continue to break out the whooping stick here in the first inning, tied at 2. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful spring weather in Vermont, and we got live D2 baseball. It just doesn't get any better than this. Well, there's going to be a conference at the mound. There's a this weekend. They're trying to figure out who's got the best looking date for it. Who knows? I always love those conversations that occur on the mound, too. I still think the one in Bull Durham probably sets the stage as being what they're actually like sometimes. What is it? We don't know what to get Jenny and the dude for his wedding, and and Oscar needs a live chicken or something. I don't know. It just, maybe that's major. You confuse your baseball movies after a while, but they all go for the same thing, and it's all a feel-good moment. And I think Carr might be looking. The buzzards are circling Carr. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. There's a low pitch. 1-0 the count. After giving hits here, Adelphi got away with a 2-run homer in the first. Second time in the ball game. And we're just getting started, folks. Another foul ball. It makes the count 1-1. At the plate right now is Richard Gilboy. Ball's low. It's going to get away from the catcher. We're going to have runners advance. First goes to second. Third base comes in, and St. Mike's has a 3-2 lead. That's the second passed ball for Carr, as the catcher just unable to make a play on it. And I'll tell you what, Brian McCleary's got experience behind the plate. This is not his first rodeo, but he sure don't look like it. As it stands, Richard Gilboy at the plate. Count is 2-1. Down a run. Pitch comes in, a nice little stroke to the first baseman. He'll need help from the pitcher who covers, and Carr helps get that third out, but not after giving up a few runs himself. Let's see here. On the inning, 3 runs on 3 hits. And I believe he started with an error by here on the board. But a nice start for the St. Mike's Purple Knights. Let's take a quick timeout. 3-2 your score after 1 here at Doc Jacobs Field on the Flow Sports Network.
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete, embracing the finding our balance, enjoying our journey, and embracing the victory.
Amazing!
A student, a person, and a leader. Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
And welcome back to Doc Jacobs Field here on the campus of St. Michael's College in Colchester, Vermont. An eventful first inning as St. Mike's leads this one 3-2. Swung the stick pretty well. Carr, the pitch, a lot of problems getting through the inning, but I tell you what, it'll be interesting to see how Jones makes Once again, on the throw. So I think that's where you'll have your error right there. So an error, that's got to be the way they charge that. Runner actually makes it to second base. So right now, Jack Wishner on second. And I believe coming to the plate, James Eden. First pitch from Jones, right middle, strike one. Jones ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Checks the runner at second and delivers. A little inside, but no. Right on the black for strike. Man on second. 3-2 your score. St. Mike's up here in the top of the second. And Jones ready to deliver. A little bit high. Will run the count to 1-2. There's a swing. Hit down third base line. Runner. Pick up there by St. Mike's. I think that's the third error on the day for the Purple Knights. Tried to do his best Trevor Story, but came up empty. Going to put runners on the corners for Adelphi. And Jones facing his third batter of the inning with no outs and a 3-2 lead. Pitch from Jones down the middle for strike one. He delivers that first pitch strike more often than not. And then once he gets ahead of the batter, he tries to really maneuver through it. Fastball seems to be working today, too. Wind up the pitch, swung on and missed for strike two. Oh. Rengifo. Counts 2 strikes. No balls. No balls, 2 strikes, rather. And Jones ready to deliver. Runner's on the corner. He doesn't want to give up a run that will tie this one up. Good throw as the runner steals second. They were trying to go for a strike him out, throw him out, but they only got half the equation right. It does give us our first out of the inning. So 1 out, and runners now on second and third as Brian McCleary, the catcher for Adelphi, comes to the plate. Jones delivers, swung on, and stroked foul the opposite direction down the first base line. Oh! Another good pitch, but they're going to call it a ball. 1-1 count now. Jones to McCleary. Runners on second and third. We're in the top of the second with 1 away. Low pitch. Nice job by the catcher, though, to keep that in front of him. Balin, Belaine, rather. Or Belaine. Belaine, I believe it is. Does a great job keeping the ball in front of him. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count goes even, 2-2. One away. Jones with the pitch. High. He's going to run the count to 3-2. Full count. Runners at second and third. 1 away here. They would like nothing better than to get the strikeout or maybe an infield fly. That would be nice too, but They don't want to see anything go to the outfield with one away. And there's that strikeout they so desperately needed. Well done as Jones gets his first K of the day. Two away now. As we go back to the top of the order, and Pizzonia, he was your first run of the day for also the first leadoff hit to start the first inning. So we've already batted around with one away or with two away in the second inning. Good night. Counts 0-1, two away. Runners at second and third, and Jones delivers a strike on the outside black. Great pitch. Grayson Pizzonia, one hit already today, but two strikes. Now he's a pitch out there to try and keep the guy from stealing. He was cheating all the way. It was probably about quarter of the way down the third baseline. You got to keep him close there. You don't want him to cheat like that. It could be fatal. Tie this one up. That one will get stroked. It was a foul back to the backstop. Got a piece of it anyway. Count still 0-2 or sorry, 1-2 is what they're saying now. 1-2. Rendy on deck, but two away. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. So the second K of the inning for Jones gets him out of a jam. They leave base. Well done. We'll go to the bottom of the second. St. Mike's leading this one 3-2 on the Flow Sports Network.
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II in the world. Finding our balance, enjoying our journey, and embracing.
Amazing! Come on!
It's about embracing self-discovery, growing as an athlete, a student, a person, and a leader. Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
Well, the only You are on the Flow Sports Network, looking live at Doc Jacobs Field as we move to the bottom of the second inning. St. Mike's with a 3-2 lead. And Jonesy getting a couple of Ks to get out of a jam for St. Mike's there in the top of the second. They broke out the whooping stick in the first inning. I tell you what, coming to the plate right here. Fly out there will give one out to St. Mike's to start the bottom of the second. Coming to the plate for the Purple Knights, Dom Tetta. Larson will be on deck. good pitch down the middle. It's a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. Inside, ball one. Carr ready to deliver. He checks down the line to see if he went, and he did not. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Glad you're with us here today. Beautiful day. Spring day in Vermont. Swung on and fouled back over the backstop. Runs the count to 2-2. Ted is first at bat today. Andy Kasem looking. First strikeout of the day, I believe, for Carr. Yes, that is his first K of the day. I'm still kind of wondering where those 3 errors are coming for Adelphi. I thought the errors were for St. Mike's, but we'll see how they score it. Right now, at the plate is Larson. And 1 ball, 1 strike. Carr ready to deliver. Inside. I almost thought that hit him. Run the count to 2-0. Carr ready to deliver the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and hit to the second baseman. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And we will move to the top of the 3rd. On the Flow Sports Network, 3-2, St. Mike's leading the way. We're back at Doc Jacobs Field on the campus of St. Michael's College in Colchester, Vermont. Jones still our man on the mound, and it's Rende up at the plate. Alex Rende. Rende, 1 at bat so far today, 1 hit, and he gets another one in line in the outfield. Oh, nice catch. Beauty. Nicely done by St. Mike's. He called off the other guys so he could come in and make that play. Well done. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. Jones gave up a couple of runs in the first inning off a home run, but I tell you what, as there's another stroke, and he's going to get a couple of bases. Oh, my. That was, I believe, Katusko. As Pellegrino's going to come to the plate. Now, Katusko actually had an out in the first inning, and it was Pellegrino who tattooed one straight center field that unfortunately Cavasso was unable to come away with. He took it all the way to the wall and over the wall for that's where those 2 runs originated from for Adelphi, as they've got a man on second. And now Pellegrino gets popped. I wonder if that's payback for the home run earlier. We're not getting a warning. Let him know he didn't appreciate that home run in the first inning. It's baseball. You're going to get hit occasionally. Isn't like you have to face Bob Gibson. You know what I'm saying? So as it stands, 3-2 your score. We're in the top of the third. Men on first and second. Coming to the plate right now for Adelphi would be Jack Tate. 1 today. Pitch delivered by Jones, and it is taken the other way. Foul down the right field line. Wind has died down here. The flag's virtually motionless as Jones delivers the 0-1 pitch. Fouled again for strike 2. Jones ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch. That one is fouled away again. He's getting a good stroke on it, just can't quite get the sweet spot on the barrel of the bat. 3-2 score. Men on first and second. 1 away here in the top of the third as Jones ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 1. That'll move the count to 1-2 with 1 away. Sticks. He could get himself out of a jam again with the arm. There it goes down the third base line. Going to try to turn the second double play of the game, but oh, he called him out. Are you kidding me? Oh, my. I'll tell y'all what, the guy who made the stroke came down the first base line. He was just as surprised as everybody else in the joint. Over there for Adelphi, letting the ump know it. From a distance, it is early. Nonetheless, a pitcher's best friend. Second double play for St. Mike's. 3-2 lead into 2.5 on the Flow Sports Network. And we're live. You're on the Flow Sports Network. 3-2 your score. St. Mike's leading in this one as they come to the plate here at the bottom of the third. A little bit inside there on the first pitch. Brings up a ball from Jack Carr, pitcher for Adelphi, facing off against Sam Cavassa, who had a brilliant hit in the first inning, and he strokes another one out to the. He's going to get his second hit of the day. So 2 hits and RBI. That'll actually be his. He's got an RBI from earlier, so 2 hits on the day for Cavassa. He was the one who chased that home run for the Adelphi had in the first inning, took him over the wall. So he's more than made up for that extra effort he gave trying to keep that one from getting out of Jacobs here. But I tell you what, he's swinging the bat well today. Coming to the plate now, Belian. I think it's Belian. Balian. Belian, Nick? I like it, yeah. As it stands, 1 ball, no strikes as Carr gets ready to deliver. That pitch a little bit low for ball 2. Pardon me, y'all. Carr ready to deliver the 2-0 pitch. Another bouncer, and McCleary's had a tough time behind the plate. He had 2 passed balls already today, one of which resulted in a run. Now he can't find the ball. It was like that goal last night I saw in one of the NHL games where the puck got stuck in the guy's pad, and he just couldn't find the ball. That's what McCleary looked like. He was hunting everywhere for it after he lost track. Runner is able to move to second. Now we've got a deep fly ball to left center field. It's taken care of, and it will advance the runner to third. So another scoring position. And 1 out here in the bottom of the third. I love how they always have the walk-up music, and from what I hear, most places let the players select it. You know, there was a guy on the Middlebury roster that had Yacht Rock for his too. What is the fascination with the younger generation and the band's Firefall? I don't know. There's a stroke that goes foul. Yacht Rock's a new thing. I worked in radio for 40 years, and I'll tell you right now, we never had a genre called yacht rock until like a couple of years ago. But the fact that kids use it for their walk-up music always blows my mind. That is a swinging strike. Count moves to 0-2. Max Colifrath, he got walked in his earlier at bat. Now he's flirting with a K, as that's what happens, man. That was a nice pitch. Looked like a slider. Or maybe I'd say that's more like a 2-finger fastball. It broke back across the plate away from him. So a K for Carr. That'll give him 2 outs here with the man still on third for St. Mike's. They're up 3-2. They'd really like to get another run in there, start building a little bit of a lead here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs and a nice pitch down the middle, changeup for a strike. At the plate right now for St. Mike's, it is Kinsella. Kinsella with an RBI in the first inning on a sac fly. And the pitch, stroke down the right field line, but foul. One, two, the count as Carr gets ready to deliver to Kinsella. I wonder what it's like to have a name like Kinsella and play baseball for real. Remember, Field of Dreams, Ray Kinsella. There's a swing and a strike. Gets him out of the inning. Nice job by Carr to get out of a jam. after letting a runner get to third. Well done. Jack Carr with 3 innings pitched. We'll review that here shortly as Jones about ready to come back out. It's 3-2 St. Mike's after 3 on the Flow Sports Network. It's St. Mike's Baseball. Starting out the top of the fourth with a 3-2 lead over Adelphi. Still got Jones on the hill for St. Mike's. He's having a pretty good game. He's pitched 3 innings so far, 4 hits, 2 errors, 1 base, but 3 Ks on the day. He's got a 2-0 count right now on Jack Wishner of Adelphi. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the fourth. He'll hit that one high. They're going to give chase, but it bounces off the top of the dugout. Good effort, though. One thing I notice about St. Mike's, no matter what sport it is, you're going to get hustle. You're going to get the best effort out of these players. For lacrosse, I've seen playing softball even when they're down back. And, of course, baseball, the first baseman makes a tremendous catch. Backpedaling out on the pop fly. 1 away here in the top of the fourth. But you just always get the best efforts, and I can't thank the work that Josh and his crew do, the SID here, Kessler, for St. Mike's College. We always get the best information and are really well taken care of. Thank you to Josh. First pitch delivery is a strike for Jones. Like I said, already with 3 Ks on the day, James Eden up. He had a hit, actually, in his first at bat. Jones ready to deliver. Diving try probably kept him from getting a double there, but it would have been a slow roller to left field anyway. So a nice try, but a hit on the Adelphi with 1 on. And Giancarlo Rengifo coming to the plate against Jones. And Giancarlo Cade his first time up against Jones today. There's a hit. He got all of that. It's going down the left field line, and the left fielder gives chase. It is a foul ball. Boy, he got lucky on that one. Because you heard it. It was like a good shot. You heard it all. Dink. Actually, dink's more the hockey thing when it goes off the iron and the goal, you know. But Cuz that was strong, man. Jones trying not to replicate that. The pitch this time taken the other way. It's a fly ball that'll land in right field. It'll move the runner to third base. Will he hold up? So puts runners on the corner. 3-2 lead right now as Jones trying to hang on to that with just 1 out here in the inning. Last time he was faced with this situation, he got out of it by K-ing the next 2 batters. One of those guys who struck out in that instance was Brian McCleary, the catcher, who's had an off day behind the plate as well for Adelphi. A couple of pass balls, one of which led to a run. He'll score 1 run. Runner from first will move over to third, and it's a double for Adelphi. So they're going to tie this one up at 3 here in the top of the 4th. Jones is having pitch count only 50. Takes it. Some guys like to pull them after about 70 pitches. As it stands, 1-0 pitch from Jones. Swung on and hit to left off the end of the bat. Will he make a play in foul territory? Goes wide. Out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pizzonia. Today. This is actually his 3rd appearance at the plate. He is the leadoff batter in the lineup for Adelphi. To the count. Runners on second and third. We got a tie ball game at 3 as Jones ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Nice. That will K him looking. Another strikeout for Jones. We mentioned before, last time he was in a jam like this, he was able to get out of it via his arm. And now 2 outs with men on second and third here in the top of the 4th. Let's see if he can do it again. Coming to the plate for Adelphi is Alex Rende, who has a hit on the day. One hit with bats. This is his 3rd appearance of the day, and now he's got a chance to drive in an RBI that'll help Adelphi take the lead with the lead runner on third. There's a stroke down the first base line. He manages to pick it up, get to the pitcher. It was an out. A great hustling play there by Jones to get over and cover first base, and St. Mike's gets out of another jam, leaving 2 men stranded, but they tie it up. So Adelphi and St. Mike's tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Flow Sports Network. And welcome back to Jacobs Field. 3-3. Adelphi able to tie this one up in the top of the 4th. St. Mike's coming to bat here. Carr's had an interesting day so far. He's pitched 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 errors, 1 base on ball, and he's got 3 Ks on the day. Moynihan, in his first at bat, was able to get a hit. Second appearance at the plate today, and he strokes that one to left field. Going to bounce him for another base. So 2 singles on the day for Moynihan. Consistent hitting. The order of the day, it looks like for these St. Mike's Purple Knights. That is the 6th hit, or it might be the 5th hit, I think, of the day given up by Carr. Delivers the first pitch of the at-bat to Gilboy. 0-1 on the day at the plate, Gilboy is. Counts 0-1 as Carr gets ready to deliver the pitch. Nice lead there from first. He's trying to get in his head a tad. Pitch is low. It's going to fall in for ball 2, I believe. 2-1 the count. Richie Gilboy at the plate. There's your pitch. It's stroked down the first base line, but goes foul. 2-2 the count. We're all tied up here at 3. Carr ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and once again a foul down the right field line. Don't forget, more great action on the Flow Sports Network this weekend. Of course, St. Mike's in action tomorrow again against the same Adelphi bunch. And 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Mike's. Well, as one sneaks through the infield, a ground ball with eyes. Oh, he's safe. He almost Cuz overran second base and was almost tagged out there. A very close one. But Gilboy able to make it to first base. So we've got runners at first and second now. Second base is Moynihan. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And a 3-3 ball game. Carr still on the mound for Adelphi. 6 hits given up by Carr today. Still looking for that first out of the inning. Got runner in second. A 3. Carr's pitch count's up to about 61 pitches. And at the plate, he's dealing with Trevor Arsenault, who's 0-1 on the day. It's a little skipper to the pitcher, and he overthrows the third baseman. A run's going to come home. Will they get 2 in? No, they're going to keep Cuz at third. So Moynihan, I believe it is, got the run in. Or actually, Moynihan moved to, Moynihan gets the run in, and Gilboy moves to third base. On the passed ball, so they're going to count it. On the pass ball, you get 2. Some of the 4 shots. Carr feeling pretty dejected right now over that play. He had a clean. I don't know. I think he was thinking, I can't get the guy at first, so let me get the lead runner. And that just turned out disastrous as he overthrew the ball and it rolled all the way out into left field. Definitely not what Cuz was trying to get, is they're going to have a little powwow out there with him right now. Looks like the are discussing whether or not Cuz should have been given that run to home plate from third. And they're actually, I think, going to take a run off. Yeah, they're going to take a run off there. 4-3 now, and they're going to put, I think that's Gilboy, back at third base now. So you're going to have a runner at second and third, no outs. 4-3 lead now for St. Mike's, but he's not having a good day for the first out of the 4th inning. And there's a nice stroke. Will it fall in center field? Yes, it will. There's your 5-3, and now they'll hold up the runner at third. So you'll get runners on the corners, no out, and a 2-run lead on the stroke there. Nicely played. This well played. Arsenault moved. Stroke, too. Lawson's going to come to the plate. He's had 2 plate appearances today. 1 hit. As they're going to bring the whole infield in to powwow now with Carr. They don't want to let this one get away with no outs in the bottom of the 4th. It could be a big inning with runners on the corner for St. Mike's if they're not careful. That's the thing, too. St. Mike's broke out the whooping stick in the first inning here, and they've been pretty consistent at the plate. But Mike Carr has today somewhere as it stands, Adelphi looking to try and do some good things here. They actually came in today, the Panthers did, 16-13 on the season, 8-5 in Northeast 10 play. St. Mike's not the season they had hoped for thus far. They're 4-18, 3-8 in Northeast 10 play. So if they could get away with a conference victory today, that would be something special. Home stretch of in April. You have a little bit of play here, a little bit of play in May, but the season will end by the 12th, I believe. You'll have the Northeast 10 tournament then, so, we'll see how it ends up. Right now, 1 ball, 1 strike at the plate, as I mentioned before, Seth Larson. For Adelphi, is what have we got now? So 6-3 your score right now as they walk another guy. 4th, and St. Mike's just keeps adding runs. And this one will result in advancing the runner to third as it bounces in right field. They're going to, they hold him in second because that was, Cuz probably could have made it to third. That was not exactly a stellar throw from right field. But as it stands, men on first and second. Nice little poke there. And now it's going to make Cavassa come up, who has been hot today. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 RBI. His 3rd plate appearance coming up. They've got number 19 warming up there for Adelphi. Let me see here. Number 19 would be Jack Sakinski. Sophomore out of Valhalla, New York. Played his high school ball at Valhalla High. He is a righty, so the same as Carr. And this 6-3 lead means we're probably going to get a little bit extra time as Cuz warms up. Is it possible to take a 30-second? Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're on the Flow Sports Network. And we'll have a changing of the pitcher for Adelphi. Coming in, number 19, Sakinski. As we'll close the book on Carr for the day. Gave up 6 runs through 4 innings on 7 hits and 1 error. First pitch delivered is a ball by Sakinski. At the plate for St. Mike's, Evan Belane. 2 at-bats today, nothing to show for it so far, but Kavas is on first, Larson's on second. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th of a 6-3 ball game. All 3 of those lead runs, we were tied up coming into the inning as he takes a stroke at it and misses, running the count to 2-1. Belane at the plate. Sakinski on the mound. Like I said, another righty just like Carr. And that one's fouled back to the backstop. Yeah, so Carr on the day gives up 7 hits, 6 runs on 7 hits, and 1 error. Runners on first and second. 1 away here as the 2-2 pitch delivered by Sakinski. He wanted to swing on it. He thought about it, but a good eye there will drive it to a full count. Belane looking for his first hit of the day. The pitch. Foul right field line. This would be a perfect time for Adelphi to turn 2. Something St. Mike's has been able to do twice today, and we are only 4 innings in. That's really been helpful to Jones, who's got himself in a couple of chances to work out of it successfully. And the pitch. Fouled down the left field line. Out of play. Dave Tibbs here with you on play-by-play. Nick Sazinski taking care of business behind the lens. As always, doing a great job here on the Flow Sports Network. Glad you're with us for D2 Baseball. 6-3 your score in the pitch. Okay, now it must be. I would say it was a 3-2 count. If it's a ball, Cuz needs to take his base, and we got, the base is jacked now. Not a good situation that Sakinski came into here. And that walk is first of the day, but it's going to load the bases with Max Kolefrath coming to the plate. Max has struck out and been walked today in his 2 previous at-bats. So Sakinski ready to deliver the first pitch to Kolefrath. Just 1 away, bases loaded. And the ball's going to get by again. 3rd time today, 2nd time it's resulted in a run. So 7-3 the score moves to. And we talked about this. Adelphi coming into this game, they're doing pretty well. 8-5 in the Northeast, 16-13 on the season. But this game, we're only in the 4th inning. And the 4-18 Purple Knights taking every advantage that comes their way. And it's quickly unraveling for the Panthers of Adelphi as that pitch in there. 2 balls, no strikes. Sakinski's having a tough time finding the plate. He came into this inning with 2 runners already on. Now the bases are jacked. Well, got runners on second and third, and that hit's going to drive more folks home as they're going to tell him to slide. Does he get in there? Oh, my goodness. 2 runs come home, and they're able to get the guy in for a double. Outstanding baseball with 1 out. And St. Mike's goes up 9-3. Is there a 10-run rule in the Northeast 10? I'm not sure. I think that's only in softball, maybe. My goodness. There you go. A little Black Sabbath for the walk-up music. Father Bob will have a talk with him about that, I'm sure. Here we go. First pitch of the at-bat. In there. That is a called ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second, and a 9-3 lead right now as St. Mike's has exploded, much like that fastball that got popped up and will be taken by the left fielder for the second out. Runner will stay tight on second, too. No tagging up with Cuz so close to him there. Colafrath is your runner on second, by the way. It's always fun when you're winning, and right now St. Mike's, they're just having a grand old time. Up 9-3, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, runner on second, and striding to the plate, none other than Terrence Moynihan. He's got 2 hits in his 2 at-bats. And there's a pass ball, another error for Adelphi. And that's going to get another double on the board and another run. We'll move this one 10-3 here at the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. Sakinski not having a good day at all. So coming to the plate now, Richard Gilboy. Gilboy with 2 plate appearances today, 1 for 2. As that first pitch is a called strike. Man on second, 9-3 lead, bottom of the 4th, 2 away is Sakinski out of the bullpen, getting roughed up for a few runs here. Oh my, caught him on the shirt. He's going to get a free trip to first. It's just unraveling today for Adelphi as they just cannot seem to find the rhythm from the mound. Oh, my. Trevor Arsenault, he's 0 for 1 today. Wind is occasionally giving us a tad of a gust, but nothing to write home about as the first pitch flies in there for strike 1. Runner on second and first, 2 away, and a 10-3 lead right now. 4 games this weekend for St. Mike's. You got to be thinking to yourself, they're going to keep Jones out there as long as possible because they want to keep that bullpen fresh. And the pitch from Sakinski, that is a high strike right across the letters, nicely delivered. It'll run the count to 1-2 on Trevor Arsenault with men on first and second here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 away. Sakinski trying to get out of a jam. That one popped up down the right field line, foul. Love the fact that you might be able to see occasionally the Boeing 747. Is that a 747, you think? Or does they have a third baseline foul? 1-2 on Arsenault. Sakinski this inning. He's already thrown 60 pitches since coming in midway through the fourth. It is lit up. Oh, my goodness. It will be caught in left field. And that'll close out a productive inning for the Purple Knights. Picking up 7 runs, 9 hits so far today. 10-3 your score after 4 on the Flow Sports Network.
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete is about embracing the work, finding our balance, enjoying our journey, and embracing the victory.
Amazing! Amazing! Come on!
It's about embracing self-discovery, growing as an athlete, student, a person, and being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
Back at the line. Welcome back to Jacobs Field after St. Mike's explodes for 7 runs in the bottom of the fourth. It's a 10-3 lead as Adelphi comes to the plate looking for some answers. They'll keep Jones in there. Braden Jones having a good day. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 errors, 1 base on ball, 4 strikeouts. Presently is Katusico. Another swing and a strike. And that'll set him down on 3 straight pitches. Nice shooting, Texas. Jones gets another strikeout. I believe that's his 5th of the day for St. Mike's. As I stated before, too, I think they're going to try to get as many innings as possible out of Jones today. 4 games scheduled, another one with Adelphi tomorrow, and then a doubleheader with Pace on Sunday. I'll be here with you for both those starting at noon and 3 on Sunday. So you got to think that Coach Needlinger wants to make high fly ball. Will they get to it? They need to call somebody up. Diving try by the center fielder comes up empty, and a double will be had there. So Katusko making the most of it and getting to second base on the diving play. Not sure how they're going to call that. Let's see if they light up the hit or the air sign here. 1 away already in this inning. Top of the 5th. Lead right now for St. Mike's as Jones delivers another. He gets the pitch count up to 67. Another pitch delivered. That one stroked hard to second base. A nice diving play to knock it down. But all it's going to get him is runners on the corners with 1 out. I'd say that one definitely stopped a run coming home. Nice hard play there by number 6, Trevor Arsenault. We've called his name a few times at the plate. Well, he's playing second today. He makes a nice play knocking that one down. Like I said, runners at the corner. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit, blowing more out toward left field. There's a hit, a high foul ball over the backstop. Still 0-2 on the count. Two pitch, corner for a and it's a high fastball. Blaine really good behind Dave. Another one fouled over the backstop. 1-2 count. You know, another big reason Jones is consistent in the count. It's much easier to work with when you're not a whole count. The shortstop. There's a yes, third double play of the day. They almost thought third time inning, but still a 10-3 lead. Ten to 4 now. I thought the guy scored from third. I was beginning first to third on that, and we'll have a single. So let's check our heads here right now because as it stands, Eden just got that stroke up the middle. He'll take first. Wishner is on third. There's 2 outs. Jones just trying to get out of a jam here in the 5th. And coming to the plate is Rengifo. Rengifo, 2 at-bats today, 1 hit and 1 strikeout on the day. Right down the middle of the plate for a strike. So we got runners at the corners again. And Jones has gotten out of this a couple of times today. He's had runners on the corners where he's been able to get the K and get out of the inning. And 2 straight strikes to start off this at bat. Who knows? Maybe he'll do it again. Rengifo already has 1 strikeout today, and he's just taking a good long look at some pretty tight pitches. Delivery, and it's hit out to left field. Rengifo will pick up an RBI single here as he gets to first, moves the other runner over to second. 1 comes home, cutting the St. Mike's lead to 5 runs, 10-5. And we're going to start seeing a little bit of action over in the St. Mike's. And not sure somebody new here in the 6th, but as it stands, Jones trying to get some leverage here and get that third out without having any more damage done. Keep that ERA as low as possible. Pitch is right down the middle for another strike. A little off-speed action from Jones. Haven't seen a lot of that today. He's thrown the slider, the curve, a little bit of fastball action, maybe a popped. Foul. Count stays 0-2. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners at first and second. And Jones trying to work out of a jam. Oh, he went around on that, didn't he? Okay, I was just going to say, Belay was headed to the dugout, and now Adelphi, with the missed calls as it's been, or with the idea of missed calls, we're going to get a visit eventually from the head coach for Adelphi. I guarantee it before the end of this one. As it stands, 10-5 your score. St. Mike's ahead on the Flow Sports Network. And welcome back to Jacobs Field, an eventful fifth inning. They pick up a foul. They'll bring back Kinski for another inning through the fourth. And the first batter he faces, Tenna. He's going to get to second on a pass ball. That more errors today on throws to first than just about any other way you could make one. Both Adelphi and St. Mike's having problems with that exchange on the infield, and as it stands, another runner reaches second on an error. 10-5 your score. St. Mike's just wants to maintain this lead, if not add to it. If they intend to keep Jones on the mound for another inning, they may very well be looking for just that, although there is action over in the bullpen. The ball's one strike. Second pitch. I'm not sure who's up in the St. Mike's bullpen. Larson with a poke to second base and another error. And that'll drive in the 11th run of the day for St. Mike's as Cuz will get a free walk to second. Fundamental baseball. You catch the ball, you throw the ball. Something Adelphi is still figuring out. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Sakinski trying to do all he can to provide some good ground balls, but that ain't helping. Usually you welcome infield ground balls, but right now that's been an Achilles heel this inning for Adelphi. And believe me, folks, I know something about bad Achilles. Sorry, our producer, Nick Sasinski, looking at me. I know, Nick. I amuse myself sometimes. There's a foul ball back to the backstop. Runs the count to 0-2. Gavasa, the center fielder at the plate. He's had a good day. He's 3 for 3, 1 RBI. See if he can go 4 for 4 today. And he'll hit that one to the second baseman. Always a crapshoot, but he actually gets him at first. Did move the runner over to second or to third, so it's 11-5 right now. Yeah, so we got a runner on third. One away. A 6-run lead for St. Mike's here in the bottom of the fifth. Sakinski's going to step off the rubber, and we'll reset things. Pitch clock hasn't been an issue today. As that one gets away from the catcher, so I believe it bounced off of him. They've got action over in both bullpens now. We've got one up over here in the St. Mike's bullpen. Can't really make out who. Nick, do we have a number on the guy over here? I can see it when he turns around for Adelphi. Is that a 10? 35? Okay, maybe. There's, let's see here. I believe we've got one strike at the plate right now. But Max Cole. So Adelphi, let's see here. What we got is we got a runner coming home from third on the hit, and he scores. 12-5. So there you go, just like that. St. Mike's putting up runs left and right. I believe in the pen right now for Adelphi. I'll have to check this out. Number 24 is up in the St. Mike's bullpen right now. That's Casey Gunnip, a sophomore lefty out of Cicero, New York. Sakinski's going to need some relief here before long. That would be no other than C.J. Foreman. He is a freshman righty from Middle Island, New York. Played his high school ball at Longwood High in New York. As it stands right now, Sakinski would just like to get that third out and get out of this fifth inning. And there is a stroke to center field. It's high, it's deep, but it'll be taken care of for the third out. But a few more runs added to the board as St. Mike's adds to their lead. 12-5 at the end of 5 here on the Flow Sports. Welcome back to Doc Jacobs Field here on the campus of St. Michael's College in Colchester, Vermont. 12-5. St. Mike's having a lot of success today as they now bring in a new pitcher. Bring him in and close the book on Jonesy for the day, who had a pretty the book on Jones. So a good day for Jones. They want as much out of him as possible with 4 games scheduled this weekend. Coach Needlinger wants to make that bullpen last. You know what I'm saying? Pitch delivered high for a ball. Three balls, no strikes. At the plate, by the way, is Grayson Pizzonia. He's the first batter in the order. 2 strikeouts and 1 walk in 3 plate appearances today. And wait, not so fast, my friend. That's going to run the count to full. 3-2. Let's see what Gnip does here. Will he get the Gnop? Oh! Pressure got to him. He throws one bouncing off the plate to walk Cuz for the first batter of the inning, making it to first. No outs. And it brings to the plate Rendy, 3 hit, 1 for 3. Man on first, a 7-run lead right now for the Purple Knights. First pitch of the at-bat, outside, ball 1. Gnip with the pitch. Oh, was looking to play. Rendy about laying down the bunt. Just trying to work that guy over, but that ball was quite high. Here's a nice pitch. Change up for a strike. It's going to run the count to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Gannett high for ball 3. Balin is going to come out and have a little discussion with Cuz, get him under control here. Last thing they want is to lose this 7-run lead. St. Mike's would love to start the weekend with a win here. Adelphi's tomorrow. And then a noon and 3 times for that doubleheader on Sunday with Pace. We'll carry all the action right here on the Flow Sports Network. Swing and a miss. Runs the count to full. Let's see if Cuz can work out of a jam here. He's got no outs, man on first, 7-run lead. He's right fresh out of the bullpen. Can Gnip get his rhythm down? Play here in the top of the 6th. Man on first and striding to the plate for the Adelphi Panthers, Johnny Katusko. Katusko, 3 at-bats today, K'd once. Pitch comes in high, ball 1. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Man first. 7-run lead right now for St. Mike's as Gnip out of the bullpen delivers another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Gnip gets ready to deliver. And 3 straight balls. That one was way high. He's delivering a lot of high pitches right now. Easy to lay off of it when it's right around your chin, but right out there over the plate, too. I don't know if he's trying to get him to chase these or if Cuz is just his release point might be a little off. As that one was definitely off and low for ball 4. 4 straight pitches. Sends Cuz to first, and Pellegrino, the leadoff batter, will come to the plate. Or no, I'm sorry, he's the 4th batter in the lineup. Pellegrino had that home run and started off the scoring inning for Adelphi. Hits on the day. He's got runners at first and second, just one away. They come out real quick and have a quick talk with Gnip. Maybe it's Gunnip. I'm not sure. Action in the bullpen now. Looks like they're getting Ryan up, the junior righty from Shelburne, Vermont. Actually played right down the road at Champlain Valley Union High School here in Vermont. How are they laying off these pitches? Counts 2 balls, no strikes to Pellegrino. That was a good pitch. Little change-up action. He just wanted to get one over the plate. And Pellegrino wasn't going to swing until he got a strike, and there it is. So the count runs to 2-1. Men on first and second. And Adelphi trying to make a dent in the 7-run lead of St. Mike's. Another change-up. We'll see if he can get that second out here. Gnip with the one up and the pitch pays him. Yep. Away with Jack Tate come to the plate. With one hit on the day out of his 3 plate appearances. Still got a runner on first and second. 7-run lead for St. Mike's as Gnip wants to keep his ERA low after this inning. That was a nice pitch, but it gets a called ball. Wow. The pitch. Swung on and hit down the third base line. Picked up by the third baseman, and on the bounce, unfortunately, the runner will be safe, and that's going to jack the bases. Not at all Gnip's fault. He delivered that nice pitch that got him the ground ball, but St. Mike's unable to away. The other 2 outs this inning have come via strikeouts. Let's see if Gnip just goes ahead and says, I'll just do it myself here. Coming to the plate is Jack Wishner. He's got 1 hit, 1 base on balls, and 3 plate appearances today. There's a high fly ball. Infield fly. It'll be taken by the second baseman. That gets him out of the inning. So 3 men left stranded. And we've got a 12-5 lead for St. Mike's after 5.5 here on the Flow Sports Network.
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. The way across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete is about embracing the work, finding our balance, enjoying our journey, and embracing the victory.
Amazing! Amazing! Come on!
It's about embracing self-improvement, growing a person. Northeast 10 about embracing you.
And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. A 7-run lead right now for St. Mike's. As we've got new life from the bullpen. And they're sending in none other than, let's see here. I believe the new pitcher is the gentleman we mentioned before from over in New York State. Oh, my goodness. Did Cuz get whacked? If he didn't, it came real damn close. Yeah, Cuz is going to first, I think, after that pitch. Just as he pegs the batter. Let's see here. Gilboy, who's going to get a trip to first, but I think they're having a quick look at him before sending him down the line. We've seen a little bit of everything today, haven't we? Good night. I'm not sure if they're checking him for a concussion or exchanging recipes. I'm not sure. They're trying their best to figure out things with Cuz. Let's see. Yeah, they clear run down to first. I think he put on a Kanagan, it looked like. As we mentioned before, they did change pitchers. C.J. Foreman. Stroke out to right field, caught for the out. We'll hold the runner at first. One away. Foreman ready to deliver the pitch. Strike one. Stroked down the third baseline. Be picked up by the left fielder and advances the runner to second. So a single there. Nicely played. We got Arsenault on first, Moynihan on second, and coming to the plate, Teta. Teta's had a good day today. 3 plate appearances, 2 hits, 1 RBI as well. C.J. Foreman not having a good start to this inning. Pitch is in there for a swinging strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Foreman ready to deliver, and that one's in the dirt. He's got runners on first and second. Last thing he wants to do is add to this St. Mike's lead. Larson's on deck next. As Foreman delivers the pitch. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Foreman, and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Mid still on first and second. Coming to the plate, it's Seth Larson. 4 at-bats today, 2 hits, 1 RBI. Got really well today. And there's a nice hit. Gets by the shortstop as it careens off his glove and into no man land. It'll score the runner from second, and the runner from first makes it all the way to third on the single from Larson. That'll be the 3rd hit of the day for Seth Larson. Still 2 away as the score now 13-5, a 8-run lead for St. Mike's. Foreman just looking to get out of the inning now with runners on the corners. He's got 2 outs, and coming to the plate, Cavassa, the center fielder. St. Mike's, as he knocks one down the right field line. The right fielder runs over to take it in foul ground. That'll close out the 3rd inning, or close out with the 3rd strike there. Top of the 7th, 13-5 your scores. 13-5 your score as we head to the top of the 7th inning. St. Mike's having their way right now with Adelphi, as the Purple Knights bring back Gunnup for another inning out of the bullpen. And he delivers a first pitch strike to start off the 7th. At the plate, James Eden. He's 3 for 3 today. Pitch delivered. It's a ball. Ball is fouled back over the backstop. Count goes to 1-2. Goes the lefty. The pitch swung on and missed. One away here in the top of the 7th inning. 8-run lead right now for St. Mike's. The pitch. That is a ball. The opening pitch to Rengifo. Gone up with a strike. Gunnup has a little bit more of a deliberate delivery. He's a little bit faster on that pitch clock. That one's low. Moves the count to 1-2. Here in the top of the 7th, 8-run lead right now for St. Mike's. No ducks on the pond for Adelphi. Was Gunup ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch to Rengifo. And the ball gets away. Catcher's going to try to chase it down and throw him out, but no. Rengifo gets there on a passed third strike call. Blaine hasn't had a lot of problems today with pitches behind the plate, so a rarity with that one getting away from him. Cuz has a nice lead. I don't think he's a track star, so they're going to keep him probably at first as the first pitch falls in there as a ball to Brian McCleary. Now, you talk about somebody who's had a problem behind the plate today keeping the ball in front. Several passed balls, a few of them resulting in runs for the Purple Knights. At the plate, he's got 1 RBI on 1 hit out of 3 plate appearances today. Right now, 2-0 pitch. It's going to run the count to 3-0. Man on first. And Gunup trying to get that second out of the 7th. The pitch. A strike. 3-1. The count. This is where that change. Fastball low, though, and this one gets away as well from Blaine. 2 passed ball, third strikes. Ended up advancing. I think that one was just called a ball. I don't think that one was a third strike because that was really low. So we'll call that one a walk. Let's see what the official score has for it. Yeah, that's actually 3 walks for Gunup today, so he might end up coming out right now. My bullpen. There's 1 ball, no strikes. That was close. Top of the 7th here, 8-run lead, men on first and second. As the second base runs. Oh, gets him on the throw. What a nice job by Blaine. Third base line to get the runner. 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. A little bit of help there for Gunup. He did that. Count right now is 2-2. On Grayson Pizzonia. Pizzonia, of course, the first batter in the lineup for Adelphi. The 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. It's going to run the count to full as McCleary ends up making his way to second base on the passed ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind has picked up just a tad. Blowing right to left on your screen as Gunup ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Strikes him out. Gets by him, Bill. Throw him out at first, and that'll get him out of the inning. $13-5 still your score. St. Mike's on the Flow Sports Network.
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete is about embracing the work, finding our balance, enjoying our journey,
Give me a 20.
and embracing the victory.
Amazing! Amazing! Come on!
It's about embracing self-discovery, growing as an athlete, a student, a person, and a leader. Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
And welcome back to Doc Jacobs Field as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. An 8-run lead, 13-5 right now for St. Mike's. They're going to leave C.J. Foreman in for Adelphi for a second inning. He gave up 2 hits and 1 error and 1 strikeout, though, in the 6th inning. Let's see how he fares as he faces off against the catcher, Evan Belaine. First pitch is a strike. Foreman delivers the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. 1-1 pitch is hit back to the pitcher. He fumbles with it, but he's able to get it over to first. Those throws to first have been an adventure today for the Panthers. 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. And yes, it's Colafrath who has the yacht rock for the walk-ups. That still kills me. What, baby come back? Who was that? Was oh my goodness. My musical prowess escapes me as the first pitch flows in there. That's the TSI play for the band that does Baby Back. Made me think. There's a fastball for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Colafrath having a good day. 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 3 RBIs on the day, 1 base on balls, and 1 K. He's pretty much done a little bit of everything. As it stands, he's got a 1-2 count on him right now with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. No ducks on the pond, but an 8-run lead for the Purple Knights. The pitch in the dirt. It's going to run the count to 2-2. No pitcher today has gone unscathed. That's going to bring up Kinsella with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. I don't think we've had any pitcher have a clean inning today. Everybody's given up a hit, a walk, or something special. You know what I'm saying? As it stands, Foreman looking to do just that with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch flies in there. Ball 1. Kinsella today, 3 bats, 1 RBI, 1 strikeout. He got RBI on a sac fly earlier in the game. Count now 1-1. Foreman delivers. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch from Foreman. In the dirt. Runs the count to 2-2. Foreman doesn't appear to have a lot of pitches in his repertoire, but it's been today. That one was special. He thought about swinging, but pulled it back just in time. That's going to run the count to 3-2. Full count for Kinsella. As Foreman delivers the off pitch. He'll walk him. As I stated before, no pitcher has had a clean inning. Just not happening today. He came close. He got the first two and then just couldn't close the deal on Kinsella, which is going to end up bringing the fourth batter of the inning, Terrence Moynihan. He's had 3 plate appearances, 2 hits today. And that will be a fly ball out to end the bottom of the 7th for Moynihan as we close the book on the 7th. 13-5 your scores as we move to the 8th. Close. Eight-run lead as we head to the top. St. Mike's having their way right now with Adelphi, and they're bringing in a new pitcher. Ryan Canty comes to the mound and delivers a first pitch. I did not see what the ump called. Not a ball to start off with. 2 balls, no strikes as he's facing off against Alex Rendy. Rendy, 4 at-bats today, 1 hit and 1 strikeout tallied. Two-zero pitch. In the dirt for ball 3. Canty is a righty. First, this will be the, I think, pitch for St. Mike's. Moves the count to 3-1. 8-run lead right now for St. Mike's as we start off this 8th inning. Another swing, foul tip for strike 2. We got a full count, folks. Let's see if Cuz can get a strikeout to start the 8th inning. Off the end of the bat, down the first base line, foul. He got around on that one. This is when you want to throw that changeup. If he's got that palm ball or changeup in the lineup, Oh, dude, that's what he throws. It was high, but he chased it. Great pitch. First A for Mr. Canty. Nicely done, and that's just one strikeout and 3 plate appearances today. Righty on righty, the first pitch delivered. Ball 1. Wind up in the pitch, hit straight to the second baseman. Can he get him? He does for the second out of the 8th. Canty having a inning. Let's see if he can get out here. Coming to the plate for Adelphi, it's Joe Pellegrino. 2 hits on the day, 2 RBI. He had a check in the first inning. This will be his 4th at bat. Away here in the top 8, ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Line foul. Count moves to 1-2. Purple Knights looking to pick up their 4th win. Their 4th in Northeast 10 play. And the 2-2 pitch. Close for ball 3. We're going to go full count here. Canty's already got 1K that swung on and fouled back. He hangs tough. Still a full count. Pellegrino, a tough out. He's the 4th guy in the order. Already has 1 jack. High and deep. Ticker has had today. Is it? Did you say that's right, Nick? Yeah, first 1, 2, 3 inning for anybody today. Recorded by Canty. Great job on the Purple Knights leading this one on the Flow Sports Network. They might tack on a little bit more, but we'll see what happens as CJ comes in for his of relief. He's given up 2 hits, 1 error, 1 base on balls, and Cade 2 as the first pitch comes in. Ball 1. Catches the black of the plate on the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count. And the pitch. High. 2-1 the count. Delivers the pitch and on and missed, the count at 2-2. Outside, he'll run that count full on Gilboy. Here's the payoff pitch. Low for ball 4. Trevor Arsenault coming to the plate against Foreman. Trevor's had a decent day with 1 hit on 3 at-bats. Seems like everybody's reached base at least once from this starting lineup for the Purple Knights. There's a stroke down the third base line, foul. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch from Foreman. Swung on and fouled off for 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. The wind up and the pitch. Outside. Count moves to 1-2 on Arsenault. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on. Fouled down the third base line. Arsenault's hanging in there. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Still 1-2. Man on first after Foreman walked him. And there's a pitch inside. 2-2 the count. Gilboy's your runner on first. Trevor Arsenault lead. No out of the 8th. Swung on and missed. Oh, Cuz chased one. I don't know how he thought that was one to be hacking at. 'Cause that's exactly what he did. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th on the 3rd strikeout of the day for Foreman. To Teta. Still got Gilboy on first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. An 8-run lead for St. Mike's. Foreman delivers. Strike 2. Or I'm sorry, strike 1. So 1-1 the count. 1 away. The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. The 1-2 or the 2-1 pitch from Foreman in there. That's ball 3. A little bit low around the knees. Here's the pitch. On and miss. Drive the count to 3-2. Another full count for Foreman. Let's see if he can close the deal. The payoff pitch, ball 4. Second battery's walked this inning. As Gilboy will move over to base, and Teta will move to first, and Seth Larson comes to bat with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Another mound visit by the infield and the coach. Something tells me they want to leave Foreman in there and not run through any more pitchers with another game with St. Mike tomorrow on. You'll catch all that action here on FloSport. Glad you're with us today on Flow Sports. Like I said, more action tomorrow between St. Mike's and Adelphi. A doubleheader on Sunday with Pace College. They'll be coming in on Sunday to take on the Purple Knights. Noon and 3 the start time for those. And don't forget, the men's lacrosse team here for the Purple Knights in action tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start time. You'll be able to see all that on the Flow Sports Network. As it stands right now, an 8-run lead, 1 out, and Foreman delivering a strike to start off this at bat with runners on first and second. Seth Larson at the plate. Larson's had a pretty good day. 5 at bats, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Nothing to sneeze at. Off the bat, that's going to be strike 2. 0-2 count with runners on first and second. Foreman with the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Second out of the inning. And the second K of the inning for Foreman. I believe that's the second K of the inning, yeah. Gilboy and Teta still stranded on first and second. Sam, the center fielder, to the plate. 5 appearances, 3 hits, 1 RBI today for Cavazza. First pitch is a ball as Foreman gets ready to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Foreman with the 1-1 pitch. Strike inside on the black. Tell you what, this would be great if Foreman could get out of this jam. Not a clean inning, but just having one with no runs is nice right now, the way Adelphi's played today. The pitch. Swung on, hit to right center field. Center fielder comes over, makes the grab to end the inning. And we'll move to the top of the 9th. Score is 13-5. St. Mike's leading this one. We'll be right back with the last inning, looks like, on the Flow Sports Network.
Student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete is about embracing the work, finding our balance, and embracing the victory.
Amazing! Amazing! Come on!
It's about embracing self-discovery, growing as an athlete, a student, a person, and a leader. Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
We enter the top of the 9th with an 8-run lead for St. Mike's in this one. They're up 13-5. Pardon me. Looks like Ryan Canty will be left in to close this one out. As Jack Tate strides to the plate. 4 at-bats today, 2 hits on the day for Tate. Oh, 1 pitch. Ball 1. One from Canty. Field. Actually, My easy catch for Cavasso. One away in the top of the ninth. One away right now is striding to the plate. Jack Wishner, 4 at-bats today, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Those RBIs have been few and far between for the Panthers as the first pitch from Canty is a ball. 1-0 the count. Tell you what, Cuz works quick. Second pitch hit by Wishner to the third base, out to the first. 2 away in the top of the ninth. You know, it was that 4th inning where St. Mike's blew it open for 7 runs. Out of the 8 innings they've had at bats, they've scored 4 of them. So that 8-run lead right now, serving them well and giving plenty of confidence to Canty as he delivers the 1-0 pitch that's fouled back to the backstop by Eden and drives the count to 1-1. Canty delivers the 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Two away here in the top of the ninth. 2 strikes. Canty looks to close this one out. Eden will get the bat on the ball and he'll drop in for a hit. They need to be careful there. So 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Canty gives up a hit. So we'll be here a little bit longer as Rengifo comes to the plate. 4 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 RBI on the day, but he's also K'd twice today. Canty delivers the first pitch of the at-bat, ball 1. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Canty ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Got a runner on first. As that one is hit. Foul. The first baseman tries to get over to make a play. Unable to, though. But it drives the count to 1-2. Rengifo with 2 strikeouts on the day. Wouldn't Canty love to put the icing on the cake by K-ing mound for the Purple Knights? 2 away, and the pitch swung on, hit down the third base line. A great play made, and they'll get him at second. And St. Mike's will win this one 13-5 as Canty comes out of the bullpen to get the close and does a fine job. I believe the you see here, the win will go to Jones for St. Mike's. As the final score in this one's going to be 13-5. It's going to be the 5th win of the season for the Purple Knights. 4th win in Northeast 10 play as they get a big conference win against a very good Adelphi Panthers team. Now realize they'll be back here tomorrow. You'll be able to catch that game on Flow Sports, as well as a doubleheader with Pace at noon and 3 on Sunday. We'll bring you all the action right here on the Flow Sports Network. As for today, Sensky doing a great camera. Tibbs. Glad you joined us here at Doc Jacobs Field on the campus of St. Michael's College. Great win for the Purple Knights. 13-5 your final here on the Sports Network. Keep passing up